Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great time at the wedding shower. Thank you so much for all the gifts. I'm really excited about them. Um, I want to say hi to, of course, my fiance Jordan and my mom and my younger sister and my grandmothers. I don't know if I know Nana is there, and I don't know about Nona, but um, first I just want to say hi and that I love you guys. So you guys are playing a game apparently. And I'm supposed to answer some questions. Um, I think Jordan's going to answer the same question, so maybe I should pause or something in between answers. I don't know. I'll just, go with it. Where did you first meet Jor? And I'm going to talk loud because I think you guys are playing this on an iPad, and I know the speakers can be pretty weak, so I'll talk really loud and forgive me if it seems like I'm shouting. Um, I first met Jor in Austin, Texas, at my apartment whenever I was living there. I was sitting at the dining room table facing north, and she walked in behind my roommate Elliot, and they were kind of like um, considering getting back together, and so it was a really awkward time for them, and I kind of picked up on that. I think Jordan was a little anxious and um, was really I guess open to talking to me, and so we clicked right away and um, felt like we had a good conversation. Um, and Elliot was kind of standing right there, and it was kind of awkward. But that is my first memory of us meeting was at my apartment in the afternoon. Um, the next question: what does Jordan do that makes me laugh the hardest? Um, that's a tough one because It's I can't think of any one particular thing. I don't know if I want to share. But just in general, Jordan is really funny, and I love her sense of humor. She's actually much funnier than I am, and I was really insecure about that whenever I began to realize that. So that's something that I had to get over. So Jordan makes me laugh all the time. She's really witty and really funny, and um, yeah, whenever she gets loose and comfortable around you, get ready because it's hilarious. Um, what do you like most about Jor's personality? Well, I mean, I love that. I love her sense of humor. Um, but I'd have to say that there are a few things coming to my mind. Um, right, I mean, the first one is I love Jordan's demeanor, just the way she carries herself. I remember this one time I was at her apartment when we were first dating, and she was doing the dishes, and she was listening to a song, and she was singing, and she was dancing to the song, and I just like that's when I really started to feel like crazy butterflies in my stomach, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this woman. So I love the way she moves. Um, I also love how compassionate and empathic she is. Like um, she's very concerned for me and aware of how I'm doing, and she can tell whenever I'm BSing her. And um, yeah, she just has a real gift for that. Um, so that's a blessing and it's a curse. But yeah, those are the things that immediately come to mind. Let's see, next question. Um, what is my dream vacation spot? Well, right now it's where I want to go on our honeymoon. I want to go on a road trip from on Vancouver Island from Victoria to this town called Tofino, um, and um, Tofino is this place from like the it's like stepping back in time. You apparently feels like you're back in the 60s or 70s, and they just do life very differently there. And they're very quirky, and There's great bed and breakfasts, and there's great surfing, and great beaches, and great mountains, and apparently it's really beautiful. And yeah, so that's my dream vacation spot right now. Hopefully we can do that for our honeymoon. Um, how did Jordan and I first reconnect in Seattle? Well, um, we saw each other a couple times after we both moved here in the um, beginning of September, end of August. Um, we hung out a couple times, and then there was this really serendipitous occasion where I was um, I was driving my bike through a park here in Seattle, and I happened to drive right by Jordan. This was in November, and she says my name, and I have no idea who it is. And I turn around, and it ends up being Jor with the McNits, and so that just she kind of popped back on my radar at that moment, and I sent her a text in January that said, I'm sure she's going to tell you this. She loves this one. Um, that said, and I just said which is funny. I said my New Year's resolution is to stop saying but I think I'm going to change it to hanging out with you more. What do you say? And that really piqued her curiosity, and the rest is history. Um, so yeah, that's how we reconnected. Um, what did Jor and I do for our first date? That's hard to say. I mean, we went on a few walks, we went out dancing, and it was kind of a date, but not really. Um, I'd have to say it was probably our Valentine's. Um, I picked her up from work, and I had a friend's French bulldog in the front seat, so she was really excited about that. And we went and walked her around Green Lake, and it was just a miserable day. Like it was cold and wet and rainy, and um, we had a pretty small umbrella, which meant we got to be a little bit closer, but still got kind of wet. But it's our first date. We're trying to make the best of it, and you didn't hear any complaints out of either of us. We were just kind of walking in the rain. Um, and from there, I believe oh shoot, the next part's a little bit hazy. Um, there's a couple options. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the night that I made her bison burgers. And so we came back to my apartment, and I made bison burgers. I'm sorry, George, that's not right. And um, which she was into bison burgers at the time, and she still likes bison burgers. And we ate those, and then we kind of cuddled for the first time. And later that night, we actually had our first kiss. So, and that was awesome. I'll let her tell you the story of that one if she wants to. What did you enjoy? Okay. When did you first have feelings for Jor? Um, well, the I think I mentioned earlier how we went dancing and how awesome that was. Well, it was while we were dancing at this place called Little Red Hen. It's a country western dancing joint out here in Seattle, and there was kind of a slower song, a slower two-step, and I pulled her close, and she came right in, and she was just so like she moved so well with me, and she I don't know, she just felt so warm, and I started to feel really warm, if you know what I'm saying, and was just like, feeling the butterflies and feeling like, whoa, okay, I've got some feelings for this person. So that was when I first started to feel, and it just kind of grew from there. Um, what is my favorite food? Mashed potatoes and gravy. What is my favorite sport? Um, football slash basketball. I'll go with football. What are you most physically attracted to about Jordan? Um, her bottom. And who is my childhood best friend? Andrew Mustard. I'm going to go ahead and pause it because YouTube won't let me upload huge files. So part 2 coming up.